Hello students, today we are going to start science third lesson, that is the earth and its living world. So we'll begin with few questions given in Can You Tell? The first question, where do we get water from? So we get water from water resources like rivers, lakes, dams, reservoirs, etc. Where do we lay the foundation of building? On the ground. What need do we meet through breathing? So what is the benefits of breathing? What happens because of it? Because of it there is proper digestion, circulation, excretion, all these internal processes are going properly because of it. From where does the earth gets light and heat? We have learnt it. So from where does earth get light and heat? Correct, from the sun. So you can write the answers with pencils in your textbook. Now if we'll see, on the surface of the earth we find land. Also we find water in other remaining area. And our earth's surface is surrounded by an air. Okay, so we find out living things on land, in water and in the air. And there are various natural processes going on the earth, and these are only because of the sun. So here water represents hydrosphere, land represents lithosphere, and air means atmosphere. And the living world in all these three spheres is called as biosphere. Now we'll look about lithosphere. Okay, so outer surface of the earth is hard. It is mainly made up of soil and rocks, and that layer is called as a lithosphere. So now when we travel through bus, train or any other vehicle, when we see outside the window, we see different things present on the land or different shapes of the land. Okay, so sometimes we see just soil is present, or other side we can just see rocks. At some places we are able to see grassy expanses, or somewhere only sand. On some lands we can see crops growing, or on some lands are packed with forest. Now some areas are there where we see deep layers of soil. So can you see in this picture the deep layers of soil which are having tree roots spreading in it? So you can see here, and in some areas we can see rock slits, means the roots enter into the rock, and because of that we can see the cracks in the rock. So it is also called as, we see on some areas, rock slits, spills. Now in this picture you can see some sheep are grazing. Yes, you can also see some area at the little end we are having mountains. So some of the land area is consisting of mountains with gentle slope, and also there are cliffs of rocks. Can you see near the green area? So some areas are having gentle mountain slopes as well as they are having sheer cliffs, and these are all the land features and they together form lithosphere. But children, most of the surface of the earth is covered by water. But if we will see below this lithosphere also, we are having land. Okay? Below lithosphere, no, below the water also we are having land. That is called as lithosphere. Okay? Now if we'll cut our earth, or if we'll divide our earth into three parts, then from that three parts we are having lithosphere, and remaining two parts will be of, very good, that is of hydrosphere. So 1/3 of the earth's surface is of land, and a vast section, and this vast section of land is called as continents. Now you can see in this diagram green color parts whatever are there, that is called as continents. So once again we will see definition of continents, that is a vast continuous stretch of land is called as continent. So there are total 7 continents. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica and Australia. Now by looking at this diagram, which continent is having big area of land? Of course Asia. So Asia is the largest continent, and below Asia we are having one small continent, which is that Australia. So Australia is the smallest continent. Now in this diagram you are able to see land, that is lithosphere. Yes. So can you see land's shape is changing everywhere? So what do we learn? That is, land is not even in all the places. Yeah, that is, the unevenness gives different shapes to the land in different places, and they are called as landforms. So in short, different shapes of land in different places, that are called as landforms. You can see clearly in this diagram. In this diagram they have shown you some landforms. See, they are like plains, hills and mountains. So now we will learn about hydrosphere. So if we will see on the earth, we are having most of the area of the earth is covered by water. So our earth is also known as water planet. 2/3 of the earth's surface is covered with water, but most of this water is there in ocean. And you all know how is the taste of ocean water? Yes, it is salty. So there are 5 types of oceans. They are, so you can see the oceans in this diagram. They are Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Southern Ocean and the Indian Ocean. Okay. Now in this diagram, can you see yellow margin near the water and between the water and the land? So this is the water body, and near the land can you see one yellow line? So that is called as a margin, which is along the land. Okay, and this area is called as a coastal region. Okay, so once again pay attention. The land along the margins of an ocean is called coastal region. Okay, so as we are having different forms of land, in the same way water bodies are also having different shapes and size. For example, you can see here sea. Okay, now the next one is bays. So this blue part, whatever light blue in middle, you can see in between land. Okay, not near where bay is written, not there. In between the land, one blue part is there, no, big, that is bay. Okay, here sky blue color, light blue little bit, that is strait. Okay, and here between two lands, wherever the water is coming out, that is called as a, this is called as a Greek. Okay, so the water bodies like sea, bays, strait, gulf, creek, etc. are part of ocean. Now we will see about surface water. Now there are many water streams flowing over the land, but these water streams are not salty, means their water is fresh. They are rills, brook, streams or rivers. Yes, from these, rills is the smallest and river is the biggest. They the reel, brook and stream come together and they form rivers. Now rivers join the big rivers, whatever you are seeing in picture, yeah, and then they form tributaries. Now what happens, in some of the places this tributary or these rivers cascade down from a sudden drop, okay, like a sudden drop, and this is called as a waterfall. Okay, so the place where a river cascades down a sudden drop, it is called as a waterfall. So this is the about surface water. Now we'll see about what is called as a lake. Now you can see in the picture. So when the water starts collecting in a low-lying area of a land, you can see in between there is a low-lying, means deep, little bit deep land, and when water collects in that low-lying area, that is called as a lake. Now we'll see water in the form of ice. Now in cold region, water particles from the clouds starts freezing. They have shown you in the box like diagram. So when they starts freezing, they come down in form of snow. Okay, so this snow starts collecting in the low lying area and they become enormous in size, means as it goes on falling it gets collected, and then this huge mass starts slipping down, means it slips down a slope at a very slow speed, and this is called as a glacier. You can see in this diagram, when the snow is collecting in the low lying area, its huge mass slips down at a very slow speed, and that is called as a glaciers. In some areas this huge block, now in this can you see huge blocks? So in some area these huge blocks of ice float in the sea and they are called as icebergs. So now we have seen about surface water, lakes, water in the form of ice, waterfalls, rivers, lakes, okay. So these all are collecting on the surface of the land. But there are some water bodies which are under the land. So they are called as groundwater. Now we'll study about groundwater. Now when the water is stored underground layers of rocks, then it is called as a groundwater. Now how to reach this groundwater or how to use this groundwater? We can use it by digging wells or bore wells. So whatever wells we are building or many of the lakes, they get water from these underground springs. So ice, groundwater, water vapor in the atmosphere together forms hydrosphere. So today we have learned about the lithosphere and the hydrosphere.